Well, welcome to Comic Book Wednesdays, a series where we discuss comic books. We're your hosts, I'm Ian,
I'm Al.
And I'm Shane.
and this week we're discussing issues 13, 14, and 15 of The Superior Spider Man by Dan Slott. So, I guess as we get into it, maybe just a quick synopsis. So, we had what was it? The first one was
It
Spider
was
Man,
finishing off the RAF
the Raft
section
arc.
of it. Yeah, and
Yes.
then which was pretty good. I enjoyed
Yeah,
that bit.
fantastic. What else, Al? Good, you got this.
And then we had in episode 2 was um the taking of Kingpin, which was pretty good. And then 3 was the whole setup for the Hobgoblins thing,
So,
which
so
I really enjoyed all 3 issues.
yeah, all three are really good. The story is really coming into its own. Um, Shane, before I start rambling on, what did you think? Did you like them?
I have been really enjoying it. It I remember we talked about in the first section of issues the ick factor of Doctor Doom, and that has like
Octavius.
slowly gone Dr. Octavius, thank you. Slowly gone away and drifted into not necessarily like an ick factor, but more this borderline anti-hero villain genius, and I'm really liking where it's going.
Yeah, he's kind of messed up, and where he's taking the persona of Spider-Man is messed up. But it's so interesting to read.
I really like how you can see how he's kind of failing in his way to be Spider-Man though. Like I think it was the third issue where you could like there was the scene with MJ and then the scene with Aunt May where they're both like missing Peter. You know what I mean?
I like that you brought that scene up. So, in Otto's head, he thought the best way to become the superior Spider Man was to get rid of the Peter Parker connection.
Yeah.
And he's doing that successfully. Crime is going down. But then as he's talking about that, Anna Maria calls him, and he's realizing, I guess, or the audience is starting to realize he has his own ties as Peter. Ones he didn't care about the MJ or Aunt May, but the Anna Maria tie, like that's a big deal to him. And then even more so when she talks about this is our future together. Like he's like, what? He's never had that.
Yeah, that was a really interesting part, right? Because that threw me off too, where he was just like, "We'll discuss this later."
Yeah.
Like, I could tell that actually threw him off as a person, which was kind of cool. Because I'm all for people being happy, but like, I don't think he was expecting to ever have like a moment like that.
Oh, absolutely not.
No, definitely not.
Um, Rewind a little bit. I want to go back to the raft section in issue number 13. So they're finishing off the Spider Slayer part where he kills the Spider Slayer, just like he asks permission. Well, he gets permission. He doesn't ask for it, but he's given permission by Jonah to kill the Spider Slayer. Any means necessary. Just get it done. You know.
Mm-hmm.
As we discussed the last recording, Pete Octavius records this, and it happened so much faster than I thought it would.
Yeah.
But he blackmails him like in the next issue.
Yeah, he's like, I own you now.
I own you, and then you get
Well, you're
like
just a villain. You've always been a villain.
a menace, Spider-Man.
That whole scene when he's freaking out in his condo or wherever he is, his that the his house is just like awesome. His face, it reminds me of the actor that portrays Jameson in the live action stuff.
J.K. Simmons, yeah. J.K.
Yeah,
Simmons is the perfect
he
J.J.
really
Barry.
is.
Absolutely.
So good. Yeah, the artist did a really good job of facial expressions there. Like, I thought that was great. Um, but yeah, all the parts in that section of the book, just like with the blackmailing things like that, you're like, well, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? So he gets the raft as his like place of business. So like now he has like an evil hideout, basically. You know?
To do his meddling and
Yeah. And
He's
then he
eviling.
he hires henchmen. Like what? And he calls them minions. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Like, I
Well,
need
that
minions. Like
was
that.
another bit of going back to the failing as Peter, kind of thing, where it was an enjoyable moment for me with the henchmen and minions and stuff. It was pretty funny.
It's a pretty good scene. I loved it.
Yeah, no, I honestly thought that was hilarious because he's like, I need these people that are highly trained. They're my minions.
Yeah,
Or,
and
what?
yeah, I'm like what? Like, and then do you remember what he calls them? He calls them something. God, something
Oh,
stupid
let me
too.
see if I took a screenshot of it. Give me a sec. I'm right at that part.
Okay. Um, that's technically in the next issue, not the raft one, but still, it's segueing. We're segueing well.
Like I think spiderlings. Like that's what my brain is telling me. I don't know if that's right
Yeah,
or
it was
not. I
something
can't.
like that. Yeah.
I like
Something cheesy.
Spiderlings. I think that makes sense.
Sorry, we can canonize that now. But like, no, they're called spiderlings. It's canon now.
Spiderlings, yeah, that's their name. I'm fine with that. But no, yeah, Spiderlings, and then I really like, and I like this a lot of times. Anytime you have a movie or a book, something where it shows you the slice of life in the comic or the in that media is really entertaining to me. So the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of issue 14, you have a citizen who is living in Hell's Kitchen with his son Leo. I can't remember the dad's name, but Leo was the kid's name, and he's thinking about how, like, his son is like worried about living in Hell's Kitchen because shit happens, people get murked, you know,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, you hear just zoom, zoom, like shit starts going fucking down, like, and like, he's like about to shit the bed, and like, he looks out the window and Spider-Man has a fucking robot, like, I don't know who
Yeah,
had
this like
Spider Gundam in them.
monstrous spider bot.
Yeah, and then his army is just going through the streets, and then um, I don't know if you guys caught this, but it's Kingpin's talking later in this episode, and it's he says it's only been a week since the raft or something like that. Like, how the hell did he get all this in a week? I'm like, what
Yeah.
the?
Yeah, that threw me off a little bit because I was like, that's like, Otto, calm down, my guy, please.
Like,
Too
I
fast.
thought I thought we were seeing the fruition of like a couple, like a month's worth of work or like something like that, but it wasn't. It was like just a week. Um, so he's got the suit. He's got. Oh, we didn't talk about the suit. We talked about the mech and his minions, but he has a new spider suit. What do you guys think of the spider suit?
You know what? I didn't even take notice of it, honestly.
What? It's so
The all
sick.
black.
It's got black and it's got the red legs.
What
Mm-hmm.
issue was it that he got the new suit in?
It's the cover of one of them.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the cover of the second one. That would be 14. Looks like.
I'm gonna have to go back and look. Give me a second here.
You're okay.
No
I can send it
worries.
to you if it's easier.
Yeah, that would be great if you can, Shane.
Yeah, all good. Got you.
So Yeah, he's got a new suit. He's going after Kingpin. Kingpin introduces us to his slow clone. Rest in peace,
Oh
slow
yeah,
clone.
wow. Yeah, he's slow cone. Dude, and he's just like, oh, did you have a good life here? Yeah? Oh, that's so nice, snap.
Get fucked.
It's like, holy shit, Kingpin.
Yeah, that was brutal as fuck. I mean, very Kingpin in fashion. Like I can't deny that at all. But like, wow.
Yeah, it was brutal. I was like, holy shit.
I like read all of his lines in Vincent D'Onofrio's voice.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
He's the perfect.
Well, it's
See, every
funny
so
you
often.
mentioned that because like I'm reading the original X-Men stuff, and I read Charles Xavier's stuff in the voice from the '90s cartoon.
Oh, I do everything in Patrick Stewart's voice. I love
It's so
Patrick
funny.
Stewart. But yeah, no. Voice. It's amazing how a good voice cast could like do that to you. Like, I don't really have a voice for Spider-Man, really, though. I am kind of partial to Peter B. Parker. What's his name? He's from New Girl. God, what's his name?
Oh,
He plays Nick.
yeah. Oh, fuck. Give me a second, I'll find
Spencer
out.
something.
No,
He's looking it up, but he's a good voice
yeah.
actor. He's a
I
good
really
actor.
enjoy him as Spider-Man.
Yeah, me too.
I would love to see him as a Spider-Man live action. Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson. Yeah, that's it. He's
Mm.
really good. If you haven't watched New Girl, New Girl's a great
It's
show.
worth a watch. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
What is it?
It's a sitcom.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
okay.
a sitcom. But it's a really well done, really funny sitcom.
Yes.
Nice. All right.
Zoe Deschanel is the main actress in it.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's worth watching. But back to Spider-Man. We're on a weird tangent.
That's how it do.
How it do
That's
indeed.
how we do.
How and do. Yeah, Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin's on the run. Kingpin fakes his death, and we have something called the Goblin Protocol in place. And now we're kind of starting to figure out exactly how Green Goblin is doing what he's doing.
Right, with the whole network thing that he, hacked into Otto's network and blocked out anyone wearing a goblin mask or having a goblin tattoo.
Yeah, and then he's basically like, "Oh, Hobgoblin is just a lucky son of a bitch." Like,
Yeah, he just happened to be wearing a goblin mask.
yeah, exactly. Let's see how
We
he
also did
does
get
without it.
the reveal that Captain Yuri, is going to be donning the wraith.
The
Is that how you
Wraith,
pronounce
yes, yeah, yeah. Spoilers for Spider-Man 2.
um, aside from like the brutal like Kingpin thing, I really, just to jump ahead a little bit, jump to the end where Spider-Man was like, "Citizens, I need your help. This is the Hobgoblin, and this is also Phil," and shows the picture side by side, and he's just standing there like that motherfucker.
Phil Yorick, who is
Yeah.
related to Ben, who was in the Daredevil movie or show. He played he was the black guy that Karen Page really liked from the newspaper.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Ben Yorick, yeah. They just race swapped him for the show.
Okay.
Yeah. What else? I'm trying to think. Help me rack my brains. We talked about Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin kind of got fucked by his buddy, who's like working for the Tinkerer. I don't really know the background there, but the guy obviously.
Yeah, I was gonna
didn't
ask
like him.
why he screwed him like that.
Yeah, I don't really know. It's a lot of comic details, getting lost in the sauce.
Right.
I don't know. We still haven't gotten the real who Green Goblin is. I'm willing to bet that it's um
Norman.
Yeah,
It's kind of gotta be, right? Like,
I would think. I don't know who else it would be.
right.
I mean, I don't think it's Harry. I think Harry's running around right now. They haven't shown him yet. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss here. I think we kind of touched on everything. Any major plot points? Am I missing anything else?
Um, not that I can think of. Um,
Shane?
Actually,
unless you have any more information on Hobgoblin that would kind of play us into that character, because I kind of enjoy them, but, other than that, no. For
So
me.
the Hobgoblin we're seeing is renting out the mantle. The original Hobgoblin is like um, basically putting it on loan and collecting it. Like think of it like renting a property. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he talks to him at one point.
Yeah, I saw that. Is the original Hobgoblin like a Norman Osborn type of character, or like? Because I don't know his character at all.
I always thought he was Ned Leeds, but there
Okay.
might be another um, character that I'm just missing right now, and I'm not sure.
Sorry to cut you off there, Shane. I didn't mean to.
no, you're quite all right. All good. No worries.
What do you got, Shane?
There was two things that we haven't touched on. I was gonna get you guys' opinion of.
Yeah, shoot.
First was Kurt Connors acting like Kurt Connors, and yeah, and I just thought that was really interesting, especially when he was just like, you can't cage him, like you can't put this on him, like he saved our lives, and even Connors was like, no, I would be cautious too.
Yeah.
Like
he don't want to give up. He's lost his shit so many times.
There is one
really
point
cool
out.
that, like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
There's one point that I wanted to talk about that we talked about last time we talked about the episodes.
Sure.
The one security guard. I forget what his name was.
Yeah, the one that's getting
Oh.
shit on.
Yeah, Jonah was shitting on him, and then like the Spider Slayer just like rips him a new asshole. I was like, oh, poor guy.
Yeah,
Can't catch a break.
he can't.
No,
catch
he
a
is
break.
not having a good day.
Poor guy. Yeah. Is he
The other
dead?
thing that I saw.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Is he dead? Oh yeah, he's dead.
What did you see, Shane?
The other word that like showed Otto's like kind of villainous tendencies was when Spider-Man was in that like gigantic tank thing, and like when he was first coming into Kingpin's area, and he's like, in one word, regicide, because I screenshotted that. It was like, whoa, like, that is definitely like evil bad guy.
Yeah. And like people are starting to realize now, he goes, that might be his voice, but that's not the same Spider-Man that I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People are starting to get it. And now the two cops, Yuri and the other cop, are gonna try to like figure out who he is. Like they're gonna follow the trail of money.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I
Damn good
really hope
idea.
they figure it out. Like really soon, because it's gonna be an interesting turn of events when they do. I think.
Dude, he's gonna try to straight up murder them.
Yeah.
Oh God, what was it? We had talked about this a little bit offline. The point that you had made of like when he was dealing with the Spider Slayer, And he's like, this is my last, like, you couldn't have planned for this. I'm going to implant myself into Spider-Man's brain. And Otto was like, actually, I did plan for that because I
Yeah, I
did
already did it.
Yeah. And he straight up tells him, I am Otto Octavius. Like, fuck you.
I have a feeling that might, like, bite him in the ass. Like, I would not be surprised if, like, that machinery is set to record certain things.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, like, hopefully nobody heard that, you know? Like,
Yeah, you're letting your ego get the best of you there, guy.
yeah, seriously. Curious to see how things play out, you know?
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, no, I don't have anything else. Those are kind of my main ones.
That was it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that might be it for us. You know? So we're gonna continue with it. Not next week. Probably the week after. You know, schedules willing. But what we got? So that was 15. So we'll do 16, 17, 18 then, and by that time we would be. We won't be done. Oh, what am I talking about? Not even. I think we're halfway. Honestly, I think it's like 30 some bucks.
This is a long one. I'm enjoying it.
It
Yeah,
is
it's a
long
good one.
It is good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. It's good to be back in Marvel. Well, if anyone was listening, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
This was our Comic Book Wednesdays. Everybody have a good night.
Night, y'all.
Good night.